Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As I often say, there's no smoke without a fire somewhere. So, this article coming from Sputnik, this article's headline says something that is no smoke without fire. Here it is, my friends, and you say what you understand about this. Putin puts forward a new procedure for informing international organizations about martial law. Why are we talking about the martial law? Why is this necessary now? What changed? I know the relationship between Russia and the West must have changed, I hope. I mean, those guys want to pull a, what's his name, Mussolini or a Muammar Gaddafi on Putin, and you call them partners and friends. Partners, not friends. So, why is this guy talking about martial law now? Why didn't he talk about this, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago? What changed? Well, maybe it's a smoke somewhere and they are now getting ready. I don't know. I'm waiting and I'll pay attention, okay? And I suggest you do the same. So let's see what these guys are saying. I personally don't care what they're saying. For me, this is enough. The title for me is enough. So, Russian President Vladimir Putin has submitted to the State Duma a bill that proposes to change the procedure for informing international organizations about the introduction of martial law in Russia. What? So, if you in Russia say, you know what, we got martial law here. Excuse me, hey, European Union, we have martial law here, okay? What you hear, our communique and my televised speech, I have to inform you directly. And hey, NATO the same way, United States the same way, and who knows. What? You just go in front of your nation and you say, I decided today, my fellow Russians, to sign this decree. We're going to have martial law because and whatever the lie might be or your justification, strong or weak. And the guys, the embassies in Russia will pick that communique out and will transmit it, communicate it with his weasel, to their weasel countries. That's how it works. You don't have to, excuse me, can you send a communique to Albania, inform them? Okay, thank you. Or maybe to Cyprus too, do that? Really? Why? They're going to find out. If they don't, that's none of their business. Okay? I think something is happening here. And I hope that the situation is not as critical in Russia, which I don't think it is, that Putin might be thinking that he will martial law. We'll find out, but I don't think so. But it's very strange. The timing. And is this what you are thinking right now during a war about informing those guys about you implementing, decreeing a martial law in your country? Unless you're thinking of doing it. Why would you think about it? How did you come to this? Just, yeah, man, let's inform those guys. You know what? I thought about it. I just thought about it. Inform those weasels about if we're going to have martial law, which we will not. Wink, wink. Tell them that we're not going to inform them anymore. And the guys are like, we're going to find out through your televised communique or, speech or, we're going to find out. You will? Okay. They're talking about it. If they're talking about it right now, it's like the weasels in the West are doing. I think they're just grooming us, getting us ready. We'll find out. Time will tell. Remember, the bill proposes to amend the federal constitutional law. Can you imagine? On the state of emergency and the federal law on martial law. According to the database of the lower house, the draft proposes to omit the part about informing the Secretary General of the Council of Europe, fart, what do you need, in the federal laws on the state of emergency and martial law. And I'm quoting, in paragraph 1, article 22 of the law on martial law, the words and informing the Secretary General of the Council of Europe shall be excluded. In paragraph 2, the words, and I'm quoting, and informing the Secretary General of the Council of Europe shall be excluded. The text of the bill reads, oh my. So, what do you think? The amendments are related to the termination of Russia's participation in the Council of Europe. If the law is adopted, Moscow will not inform the Council of Europe Secretary General about the introduction and lifting of martial law or state of emergency. They will know anyway. According to the text of the document, the law is expected to enter into force on the day of its official publication, which everybody will find out, including the embassies. Or the attachés, what do you want, a diplomatic, blah, blah, blah. In February, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a law on the termination of international treaties of the Council of Europe with respect to the Russian Federation. Good enough. Bye-bye. That's it. You get the hint. Do you think, let's say the Putin decides, man, we're going to have martial law today, from today on. And they don't let the Council of Europe know, the whatever president, director, whatever he is secretary of. Do you think those guys are going to say, hey, Putin, not a nice guy, issue him a arrest warrant right there. He's not a gentleman. He didn't inform us about instituting a martial law. Do you think Putin will give up? Really? Why do you have to talk about it now? This is the timing. I don't have the impression, for any kind of information I get so far from the weasels on the left and the weasels on the right and anybody else, that Russia is nearing that moment where they have to institute a martial law, like the Ukrainians have been doing since February 24th, 2022. We'll find out. But I don't think Putin, oh my God, if we don't inform these guys, they're gonna smack me over my butt. I don't think that will be the case. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.